Hey, Josh Bishop here with your self-defense tip of the week. This week I want to touch a little bit on avoiding a fight. This is a subject that is super important for anyone who wishes to train in the martial arts or study any kind of self-defense. People ask me all the time if I use my martial arts outside of the dojo, and the answer is always yes. I use it every day. That doesn't mean, obviously, that I'm going out picking fights with people or beating up random strangers, because avoiding a fight is using your martial arts. I like to break avoiding a fight down into 3 elements. The first is awareness, knowing your surroundings, knowing what's going on around you, and being able to identify a potential threat. The second is confidence. It's your body language, how you present yourself to other people. Are you walking like an easy target, like a victim, or are you walking with your head held high and telling potential attackers, I'm not an easy target and I will put up a fight? The third, and this is what we're going to talk about today, is defusing the situation. Sometimes, no matter how alert you are, no matter how aware you are, and no matter how you present yourself, you might encounter someone that is absolutely determined to fight you. And the best way to handle that is to defuse the situation before it escalates. Defusing the situation basically just means stopping the fight before it starts. And that is using your martial arts, right? Maybe not the violent aspects, the punching and the kicking, but it's using your body language and it's using your confidence to help somebody calm down, to help them, to discourage them to want to fight you. And we do this a few different ways. You can work yourself into a guarded position where you're not coming across as aggressive or like you want to fight somebody. So a great example is whenever we practice our sparring or any self-defense technique, it's good to hold a solid stance, okay? I don't want to stand with my feet side by side and my knees locked. I'm going to actually establish a front foot, okay? And this is still diffusing the situation. I'm not turning completely sideways like Street Fighter ready to come after them. But I am going to take a little step forward. It gives me better balance, it gives me better stability, and it helps me execute a technique much more efficiently if I need to. My hands are going to go up in a defensive posture. Okay, when we train in boxing, we of course ball up a fist, the fingers roll into the palm of the hand, the thumb tucks across the front of the fingers, keeping it tight, and we keep the wrist firm and straight, and the hands go up into a fighting position here to protect the chin. Obviously, this tells you I'm ready to fight, and this is not the image we're trying to present to this individual. So the hands are going to go open, palms facing out. There's a lot of techniques we can work from this position. I mean, think about it. My hands are up here for a reason. They're protecting my chin. My elbows are down protecting my body, so I can work whatever block or whatever guard or whatever strike I need to work from this position. It's basically the same thing here. The only difference is if I want to throw a strike, I do have to ball a fist in the process. And if you're training in the martial arts, this is something important that you should be practicing. Striking targets, striking bags, and working on those blocks and those different aspects of these combinations. I'm going to show you a couple of clips of some of our students working from the defensive position. The first is a block counter combination, okay? I'm going to show you 2 ways that they do it. The first is from the fighting position. They're going to conduct an inside block, evading, stepping out of the way of the punch, and they're just going to throw a basic boxing punch across to the head of the attacker.
Hey!
Nice. So the second is working that same combination basically, but from an open hand position. So that once again, this tells the attacker, hey, I don't want any trouble, I don't want to fight, I'm defusing the situation. Of course, you don't say I'm defusing the situation, you think that. But your hands are here, and as they step into punch, basically the same block is going to be conducted from here, inside block, and from this position, I can roll in a vertical punch over the top, or if I need to turn into a horizontal boxing punch, either way. I kind of like the vertical punch. If this hand is coming across and striking or intercepting the attack and pushing it down, I kind of prefer to roll the vertical punch over the top, just because the flow and the motion of that technique, it's a lot more fluid than trying to come here and then pivot back into that other punch. But check out this video. Watch how some of our students conduct this technique.
Hey! Hey!
Good.
Hey! 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 Hey!
Good.
Hey! 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 Hey!
Excellent.
Hey! Hey!
Oh.
Hey!
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 The next is a takedown. We're gonna work from the same position. We're gonna take the step, inside block, and we're gonna actually use a V-step that we learned in our yellow belt self-defense.
Oh, wrong side.
Good.
I went here.
Good. Well, the motion when you do the C step, it's just boom. It's that hit. It's more of a here and less of a here. So think of a. Right?
So you're kind of going into a deep front stance.
Right.
Another combination that we work from that defensive, non-aggressive position is one that we actually work in our orange belt self-defense in our regular curriculum. We're going to take the V-step out to the side, conduct the block with the front hand inside, throw the knee strike with the reverse leg, and come down with the elbow.
You can do it all at one time, but together, boom, gives it that motion. Boom,
How you
boom.
stepped on my foot.
So here's a couple other examples of how this position can be worked into other combinations.
There you go. Good. That's it.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Ready?
Pressing,
Go here.
pushing.
So you
This
put
out of
rock
the way.
and
Once
then
it's out of the way, I want it
this
to come all
arm,
the way in.
Go like,
Yeah.
shoot.
That's without the
Okay,
step.
punch me. We need
So
help.
let's put the
Punch
steps
me.
on. Ready?
Okay.
So
Go
here, rock it.
Here.
This is more benevolent to throw you than it is to choke you out with it. It's mean.
So as you can see from these examples, there's many places you can go from this defensive position. Hey, listen, I don't want any trouble. Boom, pop it over the top. Hey, listen, man, everything is cool. We're all friends here. You put them into the choke. Hey, look, you just need to calm down. Everything's fine. Nope, and then you take them into the takedown. Lots of different options you have from here. Pretty much the same options you would have from a standard fighting stance. You can do the same things from this non-aggressive posture, okay? So that's one step in defusing a potentially violent or even life-threatening situation. I actually had to use this position one time at my old job. I was working in a restaurant, and it was a full-service restaurant, full-service liquor bar. We did have to break up fights on a regular basis, and there was a couple times where we had to escort people out of the building. I remember one incident where my manager actually threw the guy out of the building, and he was trying to fight one of our bar regulars, a guy that we all knew. And by the time I got to the door, the guy that was thrown out was already heated. He was already upset with the guy sitting at the bar that he was trying to fight. He was all ready to come after my manager. And even though I had just entered the situation, he was ready to come after me as well. So my manager tells me, don't let this individual back inside. So I went to the door, and we had double doors. I went to the one side, and he immediately tried to go in through the other side. And all I did was stop. I put my hands up in this position. I'm protected. I'm guarded. Once again, it's non-aggressive. It tells you I'm not trying to fight you. I don't want trouble. And I just kind of stopped him from coming inside and said, hey, listen, you can't come back in. The boss told me you got to stay outside. And he immediately started getting in my face and yelling obscene things at me. You don't know what that gentleman at the bar said to me, blah, blah, blah. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. And even though I knew the guy at the bar and he was a buddy of mine, I looked at him and I looked back over and I said, oh, you mean that guy right there? Yeah, I agree. I don't like him either. Just to kind of more or less side with the guy. I said, look, hey, that's fine. If you feel that way, you can wait outside for him to leave, okay? But my job is to not let you back inside, and I can't let you back inside. Immediately, the guy's entire demeanor changed. He went from in my face aggressive, and he literally said, hey, that's cool, I respect you. Not kidding, those were his exact words. He said, hey, that's cool, I respect you. He said, you're talking to me like a person, no problem, I'll wait out here. And he sat down on the bench and he waited for a little while. Eventually the guy got, I guess, tired of waiting and went on his way. So that's just a great example of how you could take somebody who's fired up, already aggressive, already ready to fight, and defuse it just with kind words, leveling with the individual. So defusing the situation, a huge part of it is don't be a meathead. I know guys that even train in the martial arts that go around and talk about how bad they are and how they can take on anybody, they can fight anybody, they can beat anybody. There's no reason for that, okay? Martial arts is not about showing everybody how tough you are. It's about preserving life, preserving your own life first, and if possible, preserving the life and the well-being of even the individual that's trying to fight you. I hope you found that information helpful, and hopefully it can help you avoid a potentially harmful situation in the future. We have a lot more information on this subject. Avoiding a fight is super important. We didn't even really get into the details of awareness or confidence or body language or anything like that in this video, so there will be more videos posted on this subject. We will also get into more details on the self-defense techniques and the combinations. I know you can't really see my legs from where you're standing. We'll cover more on the stances, establishing a front foot, the V-step, the C-step. If this doesn't make sense to you, it will in future videos. We will cover in more detail, so stay tuned and please subscribe. Thanks.
Hey, don't want any trouble. Don't touch this.
At the same time. So when you see step with the block, step.
Is that what you have to say?
Here,
Yep.
Let's see step
Okay.
down.
Man, don't want no trouble.
So
Don't
it's-
want any trouble, okay? Don't punch this.
Just make him want to punch it more.
Exactly.
The first is awareness, knowing what's going on around you. The second is confidence, your posture, your body language, how you carry yourself, knowing what potential attackers are looking for an easy target. The third is called don't be a, basically, I can't say that. Oh, defuse. Defuse the situation. Okay.